どうも皆さんこんにちは、メロンソーダです。今回登場する SCP は SCP-1762 です。それでは本編どうぞ。こいつらいつも話してんな。どこ行くんだろう。誰かのこと忘れてませんか？あーって言われてる。セミナー。なんすかそれ。有名人呼んでくれるんだ。誰？でも人気な人だ。一緒に行きましょう。オンラインこれ。これだね。編集会議なんだ。セミナーじゃなかったのか。
There are many stories in this world. Some are read widely all over the world. Some are hidden in dust and known only by a handful of people.
ハートフルな物語始まりそうなんだけど。
Today I'm going to tell you a story no one else has heard before. A real story of mystery and wonder and adventure. And then you too will become the guardian of this story.The story takes place in a world of long ago. The hero of our story is a little boy. His name is Daniel. One day, out of nowhere, Daniel got a serious case of chickenpox. It made him look like a strawberry.To make sure he didn't spread it to others, Mrs. Page, the principal, had him isolate in an attic. And so, in the attic he lived, all on his own.
寮がある学校なのかな？
Mr. Daniel, while up here in this attic, you'll have plenty of time.
めっちゃ優しそうな人じゃん。
I hope you practice well.And prepare for next month's art festival.
But Mrs. Page, the melody is so difficult.
Don't give up, boy. You don't give up before you fight.
Daniel was reluctant at first, but he trusted Mrs. Page, and he knew he should listen.
でもちゃんとやってる。偉いじゃん。
The penny whistle.
何？待って、リズムゲー始まった？嘘でしょ？嘘でしょ？待って。急に何が始まったんだこれ。嘘。いや、全然。パソコンでリズムゲーなんてやったことない。ちょ待って。もうめっちゃ失敗したぞ、ダニエル。ごめん。ダニエルだっけ？忘れちゃったけど。
Huh? Who's there?
ダニエルで会ってた。よかった。やばい、ダニエルが下手くそになっちまった、俺のせいで。動ける。うわ。世界観すげえ。出られない。すげえ。なんかギターとかもあるし。すごい綺麗だな、なんか。なんすかこれ。
It was a mousetrap, and there was a red origami paper dragon inside of it.
どういうこと？
Daniel carefully removed it.
生きてるのか
It
こ
was
れ。
marvelous and beautiful. The only problem was part of its
本
wing
当や。
was damaged. But Daniel
でもな
found
ん
a
か
way to
普通に
repair it.
飾りたいぐらいに綺麗やな。じゃあ、作って遊ぼう始まっちゃったんだけど。どうしたらいいのこれ。修復するアイテム。絆創膏じゃないやっぱり。あ、こういう感じ？これしか使えない。お。
Daniel held the repaired paper
う
dragon
まくいったか
high,
これ。
high up in the air, imagining that it soared over all the world below.
普通に遊んでるな。
He played and played with the paper dragon.
Whee!
楽しそうやな。
Woo!
笛どうした笛。
Dragon! Soar!
In the warm afternoon sun, Daniel had to fight his eyelids just to keep them open.
あー、寝ちゃった。
Could it be? Or is this all just a dream?
なんだ。
The next day, with boredom and loneliness weighing him
でも
down,
何事もなかったん
he
だ。
began to fiddle with the old radio.
あ、チャンネル変えられるわ。
Our town is located in the plains where earthquakes are not particularly common. Although there are 17 fault zones around us, they are all inactive.
急に地震の話になったな。
A scrunched up ball of paper rolled over to his feet.
Where did this paper ball come from?
Just as Daniel went to pick it up, the ball suddenly
全
came to
然
life.
怖い話に
And
な
it
り
rolled
そうにな
away.
い。
Daniel chased after it.
捕まえることにしました。チェイス始まる？これかな？おい、早いって。おー、しかもバカ早い。むずい。今、嘘。ダニエル走れないか。やばい、ちょっと、回り込もう。やばい、めちゃくちゃむずいんだけど。あ、いけた。
Just as he was
止まっ
about
て
to
くれ
seize
た
the
感があったな、
golden
今。
paper ball, suddenly, terrible sparks erupted
Ooh.
from it.
やばい。急に不穏な流れになった。
His very eyes, the paper ball began to grow, bigger and bigger.
もう、何の
At
話な
that
んだこれ。
moment, a red figure
Oh.
suddenly appeared.
ドラゴン。
The red figure quickly subdued the paper ball and threw it
Whoa.
into a cardboard box.
恩返ししてくれたじゃん。
Daniel studied the red figure carefully. It had a sticker on its fluttering wing. It was the paper dragon.
I wasn't dreaming. Thank you for saving me.
Daniel was grateful and very happy. He walked closer to the paper dragon, but the paper dragon seemed timid and afraid.
助けたのに怖がられとるやん。
Just then, Daniel had an idea. He took out his penny whistle
また、
and slowly played a
また
tune.
音ゲー始まるとか言わんよね。始まったよー。待って。よいしょ。今んとこいいぞ。いけるんじゃないか、これ。いや、なんか、全然これリズム関係なくない？この譜面。あ、嘘。うわ。フルコンボできると思ったのに。うわー、1個逃した。
The paper dragon
めちゃ
enjoyed
くちゃ
the sound
楽しそう。
very much. It began to move along with the rhythm, flipping up and down in the air. Soon the two were playing and dancing, just like old friends.
めちゃくちゃいい話だな、なんか。あれ
The paper dragon traced out a beautiful arc in the air, communicating with Daniel in a unique way.
紙になっちゃったよ。
My cherished friend.
声めっちゃ低
Many
く。
long years, we
声
finally
低すぎだろ。
again. Tell me, how has your family been? A great thank you for playing that music for me. You know how I love the beautiful rhythm of that instrument.
もう喜んでくれてるやん。
But we ought to take precautions, as the room is not stable.
部屋が不安
Do you
定。
still remember how the room works? You're welcome to visit anytime.
The piece of paper then changed back
あ
into the、shape
また
of
ド
the
ラゴンの
paper
形にな
dragon
るんだ。
and flew into the cardboard box. The
すごいな。
box closed shut, and a calm silence was restored to the attic. Daniel rushed to find a watercolor pen and marked the box with excitement in his fingertips.
いや。ドラゴン。
Over the next few
め
days,
ちゃく
the
ちゃ仲良くなって
paper
な
dragon
い？
came out often to play with Daniel. During this time, Daniel introduced many of his friends to the paper dragon.
ダニエルの前でだけじゃないんだね。
That cat's name is Mrs. Carter.
と思ったら
Ever
人
since
間
I
じゃなかったわ。
secretly fed her some fish for dinner, we've been good friends. That's Duke. This is Jessica's
公
pet.
爵。どう
He
いう
doesn't
名
like
前？
rainy days or Mrs. Carter. Only smoked sausages fit his taste.
ソーセージだけなの？
And now we are friends too. My name is Daniel. What's your name?
The paper dragon flapped its wings, as if it didn't understand him.
急に理解できなくなっちゃったじゃん。
Well, since you like the sound of the penny whistle so much, why don't I just call you Penny? I'll keep practicing to make it sound better.
また音ゲーやる感じ俺。
Daniel and Penny then played baseball together in the attic.
Let's play
野
cat.
球できるのこれと。マジ？待って待って。おー。ごめんミスった俺。どういう状況？なんでこいつは適当に投げてもいいのかな？あ、そういう感じか。あいつに向かって投げるわけじゃないんだね。すげえよくでき
Just
て
as
んな。
they were in the middle of enjoying themselves, a violent shaking suddenly rose from the ground.
あ、
The stubborn earthquake is back at it, folks, and it
あ
seems
ガ
even
ラスが割れ
stronger
た
than
とか
last
じゃな
time.
くてね。地震か。
At this moment, the box suddenly shot open, and thick clouds of smoke billowed out,
もう
followed by several paper balls.
増えとるやん。
Penny
また
attacked
封
the
じ込め
paper
てくれてる。
balls without a moment's hesitation, and promptly threw them back into the box. Penny then flew around in front of Daniel and rushed right back into the box.
入っちゃった。
As the box closed, the earthquake stopped. Facing a friend's farewell without a formal goodbye, Daniel felt confused and lost.
やば
He
い。
moved the box to the center of the attic.
開けるとか言わん
Facing
よ
it,
な。
he practiced his penny whistle
大丈夫？
day in and day
あ、
out.
笛の練習しただけか。
As the days went by, Daniel's playing became smoother.
上上手くなっちゃってる。
One day, the box suddenly began to move.
また出てきてるって。あれ
One,
うお
two, three, four.
増えてん
This
な。
time there were 4 paper dragons. But they weren't
あ、
alone.
でもなんかやばいのもいっぱい出て
Began
きた
to。jump out of the box too.
Earthquake! Another
マグニチュード5、マグニチュード 5.8 ってどんぐらいだっけな。
In that small attic, the 4 paper dragons fought fiercely against the paper ball.
激しい戦闘。やばいね。
This time, the paper balls used new tactics.
あ、なんかやばそう。
Together into a single monstrous ball of paper.
集まってキングスライムになるみたいな感じや
Strong
ね。
bursts of electric sparks at the paper dragons as they flew through the air.
火花出せんのこいつ。
The paper
Ah,
dragons
やばい。
fell from the air, one after the other.
負けとるやん。
Seeing the injured paper dragons, Daniel felt very distressed and anxious. Just then, one of the paper dragons painfully started to fly and gathered the remainder of its power. The paper dragon transformed into a
火
great
出
beam
せる
of
んか。
light and dove straight down to pierce through the
あ、火
monstrous
出したわ
paper
けじゃなか
ball.
ったわ。瞬攻撃だっ
From
た。
another paper dragon. The monstrous paper ball was blasted to bits, exploding
Oh.
into smaller paper balls. Trembling, they
この
struggled to escape.
紙の玉と
back
段ボール
into
何
the
なんだろうな。
box. The sacrificed paper dragons were reduced to swirling
死んじゃっ
shreds of
たよ。
paper, and a silence pervaded. Peace and tranquility were restored once again to the
ネ
attic.
グラ部屋どころじゃなさそうだけ
Daniel
ど、な
saw
んだ
the
よね。
remaining 2 paper dragons lying on the floor, badly wounded. He rushed to grab some stickers and treated them at
Oh.
once.
あ。あ、動いてる。そっと拾う。少しずつシールを貼る。おー、治った治った。異空間みたいなの広がってんじゃん。ちょっと中気になるなぁ。どこ行った？
Suddenly, countless paper dragons began to gush from the box. The 2 wounded paper dragons were repaired and began to fly. Like 2 colored threads, they merged with the other dragons, flying in unison. The dragons moved like a tide, flying freely through the attic. Daniel eagerly took out his penny whistle. He showed all his paper dragon friends
お、上
the
手くなった
results
も
of
ん
his
な、ダ
hard
ニエル。
work and practice.
待ってくれ。俺に委ねないでよ、ダニエル。危ない、やばいやばい。はい。はい。はい。はい。はい。あー、でも今回めっちゃ短い。あ、よかった。あー、終わってなかった。これいつまでやるんだ。待ってくれ。あー、しくった。最悪。同情しとか来たやん。むずい。また同情し。はい。もう俺も上達しちゃってんだよ、ダニエルと一緒に。はい、はい、はい、はい、はい、はい、はい、はい、はい、 れ全部ミスったりするとどうなるんだろうな。終わった。あ、もう音ゲーやりたくない。
In the sweet melody of his playing, Daniel felt himself enter into the world of dragons.
何これ。サギがどっか行ったけど。別に動けるわけじゃないな。おお。結構がっつりドラゴンだったな。めちゃくちゃいっぱいいるしね。
The paper dragons merged into a long letter and floated down towards Daniel to tell their story.
おお。
After the last war, the fantasy world enjoyed a long spell of peace and stability. But now, the giants have returned.
無人
They have launched ferocious attacks, trying to invade your world through the room.
あ、でも、
We are prepared.
なんか別の世界の話なんだ。
Defense. Then we will have to destroy your room, for it is the
部屋を破
last
壊して。
remaining entryway into your world.
うんうんうん。
Please believe this farewell will only be temporary. We
お
will
別れ
not
なんだ。
part forever, and we will never forget our eternal mission of protecting you.
悲しいな。
At that moment, the paper dragons flew
Ah,
back
it's
into
a
the
bu-
box. Daniel still couldn't fully understand what the
理
paper
解できて
dragons
ない
had
んだ。
meant, but he had a vague feeling in his heart that he may never see his new friends again.
そうだね。
A few days later, Daniel's chickenpox had fully recovered.
やっと治ったん
He
だ。
could now play the penny whistle very, very well. But the paper dragons never returned.
あの段ボール持ってけばバッグに入れる。よいしょ。笛入るかな？大丈夫か？オッケーオッケー。
Maybe it was time to leave and move on.
Earthquake warning! Magnitude 6.2!
あれ？地震が終わってないな。
All townspeople, please leave your houses immediately and move to safe open spaces.
Just then,
あれ？
countless paper dragons shot from the cardboard box.
あしこなんかやられてるやん。
It seemed like they were under attack, spinning and falling through the air in confusion.
What's happening?
Daniel quickly grabbed the stickers out from his bag
もう早く直せ
and
直せ
did。his best to heal the injured paper dragons.
やばい、あー直さないと。やばいやばいやばい。あれ直せない。あれ直せないよ。直せる。直せるやつと直せないやつの違いは何だ？なんかやばい、死んでない？オッケーオッケー。やばい、全然追いついてないよ、治療。ダニエル、急いでくれ。ちょ。あとどこだ？あっちだ。これはついに封じ込められなくなってきてるんじゃ。うわー、あ、やばい、ダニエルが。
But the paper balls swarmed together and pushed Daniel away, subduing him firmly in the
や
corner.
ばいやん。
He couldn't move. Suddenly, ominous clouds rose from the box, and a violent
いや、
lightning
なんかつ
flashed
いに
through
なんか
the
来たって
room.
感じやな。
The figure of a giant slowly emerged from the thick clouds, and the entire attic became overwhelmed
やばい、
with
世界
its
終わるって。
aura.
7.1。どれくらいなんだろうな、本当に。
The giant unleashed its power maniacally. The paper dragon struggled against it, with no means of fighting back. At this critical moment,
Oh.
two paper dragons
Oh,
shine
yeah.
brilliantly
やっぱり自爆する気や。
together. They heroically crashed their bodies into the giant. Daniel thought the giant had been defeated by the paper dragons.
フラグ立ってないか、こ
He
れ。
found that things would probably not
やっぱり
be
や。
so simple. The giant's figure could still be seen in the thick smoke, looking
全然倒せてない。
terrible. The attacks of the paper dragons had had no effect, and the giant had only grown stronger. It fought back with a new ferocity. The paper dragons were simply no match for it.
これがこっちの世界に来るとどうなっちゃうんだろう。100年間で最大の災害です。やばいね。
With the paper dragons now all but defeated, Daniel spotted a frail
最初のドラゴン
figure
か
in
な。
the distance. It was Penny. It flew gently in front of Daniel and affectionately rubbed its head against his fingers, as if this whole crisis had never happened. Daniel felt like Penny was trying to tell him something, but he didn't quite understand what.
俺もよくわかんないわ。
Penny then left Daniel and soared into the air with a determination in its
待って。
wings.
特攻しようとしない？
The other paper dragons seemed to be summoned. They flew through the air, all
やばい。
together in unison,
あ、みんなで自滅する気
responding
や
to。the call without an ounce of hesitation. At that moment, Penny turned into a great red beam and rushed fast towards the giant. The other dragons followed, shining together like a shooting star.
あ
At that moment, Daniel seemed to see a real dragon flying.
No!
あー、うん。
The huge explosion from the impact drowned out everything else in the attic.
水浸し？
The attic rained down with countless pieces of
翻訳の
paper,
間違いかな、これは。
the leftover scraps
ああ、
of the paper dragons.
みんな死んじゃった
Daniel
よ。
wanted to collect all of the pieces. He thought he could still fix them.
ああ。回収できるのか？できないっぽいね。あ、破片を拾う。いろいろ破片がある。いろいろ破片が決まってる。俺だ。お、急にパズル始まったな。待って、これ、こういう数とかじゃん？ってことは、なんかちょっと形違うけど、でもこうだよな、多分。お、いけたんじゃないか？オッケーオッケー。
Goodbye, my friend.
あ
The nightmare is over. The earthquake has stopped. With God's
ー、お
mercy,
別れや。
our town is safe. We thank you, Lord, for your protection.
A few days later, the art festival was held as scheduled. Daniel attended the show with his penny
もう
whistle.
ダニエルの笛や。
And now, Daniel Trevor will
笛の独奏すごいな。一人で
of a song
文化祭のステージで笛って。
Fly with me.
めちゃくちゃ緊張するぞ、こんなん。ようやるわ。これマイクかな。ちょっと予想してたけど、マジか。やめてくれよ、もう。もう俺も上達してるからな。もうフルコンも目指すぞ、俺は。あ、行ったそばからや。待って、むずい。音ゲー下手なのバレるって。危ねえ。待ってー。はい。はい。お、あれ？お、めっちゃ綺麗。
And that's how the story
終わっちゃ
ends.
った。
Now, you might be wondering, what happened next? Are there still paper dragons in the world? Well, that's a difficult question to answer. But I believe that they are still protecting us
こういう
somewhere,
SCP なんだもん。
just like they promised they would, forever, into eternity.
なるほどね。普通にいい話だったな。いけ、ドラゴン。結局ダニエルについて気になってんな、俺は。なるほどね。生物研究所。ダニエル博士、あれ？あの男の子のダニエルなのかな？ほんとだよ。一言余計なんだよな。変わる、ちょっと。すごい。あんま興味ねえだろ、お前。あのオブジェクトは性に合わねえって言ってたら確かにな。ちょっと優しい話だったもんな。確かにな。もう拗ねちゃったよ。ツンデレのゲントが。あのオブジェクトは性に合わねえ。なんか幻聴聞こえてんね。フラグめっちゃ当たってます。隣人症候群、なんだそれ。だといいのだが。それじゃすまんだろだな。はい、ということで最後まで動画ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。今回登場した SCP が、SCP-1762 ね。この名前は何なんだろうな。 なんか普通に心温まる話しすぎてびっくりしたな。こういうのもあんのね。いいな、このドラゴンな。かっけえわ、普通に。はい、ということで、説明も書いてあって、いや、めっちゃいい話でしたね。はい、ということで、ここまで最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございました。次回の動画でお会いしましょう。それではバイバイ。